one of the most powerful principles of reality, capable of completely transforming our lives forever, is the principle of the mirror. This profound transformation doesn't involve a specific technique or strategy that requires action. Instead, it is related to the person you want to become. For instance, if your desire is to become a millionaire, the truth is that you need to become a millionaire internally before it manifests externally. Otherwise, you'll continue jumping from one place to another, thinking that the issue lies externally. So, the first lesson of this principle is that if you don't change internally, nothing external will change. This is the fundamental essence of the mirror principle. If you master this principle, everything you touch will turn to gold. However, it requires facing your own demons, your own reflections. It may not be pleasant, but if you're truly ready for significant change, this video is for you. In this video, I'll also share with you a crucial exercise that I still practice today. So, today, let's unravel this principle and how it applies. In reality, you can change your life. Reality is a mirror reflecting your relationship with yourself and the world, or reality itself. Your inner world and your outer world. What do I mean by this? Well, let's go back to the example of becoming a millionaire. If your relationship with money is that you're not capable of earning money, that you're not good at making money, then the reality mirror will say, "Oh, this is what you believe, so here's more evidence of why you can't make money." Consequently, life will give you more circumstances confirming your hypothesis and the statement you are making. So, I want you to remember this crucial point. The external world is simply a reflection formed by the image, essentially another way of saying it's our internal world. If we look closely at the world around us, it's clear that many of us are increasingly immersed in the frenzy of the external world, consumed by technology, social media, and the hustle of everyday life. Many of us have lost connection with our inner wisdom, the inner essence that we once mastered. So, let's explore the 4 keys that will allow you to shape reality according to your desires. When we study the law of attraction, for example, one of the most frequently mentioned things is that reality is a mirror, and what you try to do is manipulate that mirror. The first fundamental key of the mirror principle is understanding that the reality mirror reflects 2 things: your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world around you. In other words, what you see in the reality mirror is a projection of how you see yourself and how you see the world. If you look at yourself and think you're not good enough, the mirror will simply reflect that belief. I'm not good enough. I can't do this because I'm not good enough. Well, the mirror will respond, you're not good enough. Here's more evidence of why you're not good enough. The reflection is based on the messages you send to the reality mirror. The reality mirror is, in a way, like a loyal friend, always willing to validate what you believe. So, instead of trying to manipulate the reflected image directly, we must learn to shape the image we project in front of the mirror. This is similar to the act of influencing someone. When we directly tell someone not to do something, the likelihood that they will do exactly what was forbidden is high. However, if we choose to motivate and inspire, presenting persuasive reasons to avoid certain actions and explaining the possible negative impacts, the person will be more inclined to listen and accept our influence. Therefore, our goal is to indirectly influence our world. The reality mirror simply intensifies what you say. It will always reflect what you consider true in your mind, both about yourself, your identity, and your view of the world. Remember that this is one of the most crucial keys. Now the question is, how can we change this? How can we interrupt this pattern and consciously choose what we want? You need to create your own identity and your worldview, your paradigm. I'll give an example to help you understand how to create your identity. First and foremost, it's essential to have a clear understanding of what you want in the long term, say, within the next 10 years. In the ultimate picture, what activity do you see yourself doing every day? What do you have to make your life a continuous journey of discovery? Ask yourself, who am I being right now? What characteristics and traits do I possess when I achieve having and doing all these things? This is crucial. Next, consider what your worldview is. How do you perceive the world when living in this reality? How do you see the world when experiencing all of this? Take a moment to breathe life into powerful affirmations. First, create affirmations about your identity, how you see yourself. It could be something like, I am worthy. I am a magnet for abundance. because I carry within me the magical touch of an alchemist. Then, create affirmations related to your worldview. For example, the world conspires in my favor. Everything happens at the right time and according to the divine plan. As you dedicate yourself to repeating these affirmations daily and internalizing them, get ready to witness an incredible transformation. The reality you perceive, how you see the world, will begin to change before your eyes. Even if what you desire today seems seemingly difficult, it doesn't mean you won't be able to achieve it tomorrow. Everything requires time, practice, and patience. So respect your time, but also don't let certain fears prevent you from reaching the extraordinary. Therefore, make sure to take a moment to do this exercise, which has the power to revolutionize your life completely. Now, let's move on to key number 2. What you need to understand is that the reflection we see in our material world forms with a certain delay. That's why, in our inner world, we can create an image instantly just by closing our eyes and visualizing what we want. That's how it works in this dimension. However, in the third dimension, the physical dimension, things take a bit of time to manifest due to the dense nature of matter. Matter cannot break the laws of nature for everything to manifest instantly. This brings us to the next key. You must hold on to the belief that you've allowed enough time for your desire to manifest. What does this mean? It means that you should remain true to the identity and worldview you created until your goal is revealed. If whatever it is begins by adopting the identity of someone who already is, ask yourself how that person would act and maintain that identity long enough. An interesting phenomenon occurs when people start experiencing this. They realize that their lives have ups and downs. They establish a belief, an identity, expecting their goal to come true, but the result doesn't appear immediately. Then, their mood begins to decline along with the belief. Once their mood reaches its lowest point, suddenly, their manifestation reveals itself. However, when it manifests, it starts reflecting their previous negative attitude with a certain delay. So, what manifests begins to deteriorate because it's simply reflecting how they felt. In this way, a kind of wave, a cycle occurs in their life, and they can't escape it. They experience highs and lows, and there's no way to avoid them. The key is to always remain true to the identity and worldview you created, as this is the most effective way to bring about significant changes in your life. Now, let's move on to the next key. Key number 4. What you need to understand is that the reality mirror does not reflect the nature of your thoughts, but rather their purified content. I'll explain what I mean shortly. Think about it. If you keep expressing dissatisfaction, but there's content in your dissatisfaction, like I hate my dead-end job, I hate my boss, I hate my partner, I hate the bills I have to pay. The mirror doesn't reflect the hatred itself, but reflects the specific content of your hatred. For example, I hate the bills. As a result, you get more bills. I hate my job, and more situations will arise that increase your dissatisfaction with the job. That's exactly how it happens. The more you complain about what you don't have and what you don't want, it will continue to reflect in your life, giving you more reasons to confirm your worldview and identity. This is the fundamental difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. It's simply a matter of seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty. The key to applying this in your life is to focus on what you want and what you already have to bring about any change. You need to start focusing on what you have right now, on everything you have, all the progress you've made, the beautiful family you have, the things you want in your life. Just stop and think. What would make my life a true journey of discovery? How does that look? How does it feel? It can be a vague image, as long as you are focused on what you want. And when you do that, when you keep focusing on what you want, the gap between your current life and the desired life begins to close because you start surpassing the limits of your comfort zone. So, that's key number 4. Now let's move on to key number 5. Last but not least, the mirror cycle. This will change everything forever, because if you learn to manipulate this mirror cycle for yourself, you won't be so unsure about what you're doing. You'll literally see reality changing before your eyes. It all starts with observation. So, what is the backward attitude you've had in the past? All the time, complaints, the bad things that happened in the past, or the unconscious decisions that were made. That's the present moment. When you look at the present and are faced with bills to pay and a job you don't like, for example, you observe this and use it to form your image or attitude. When I say image, I mean the internal attitude, thoughts, and feelings that we present to the mirror. When we form the image, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it, thus reflecting and shaping reality according to the reflected image. But what usually happens is that most people look at the reflection again and get stuck in this cycle. This is an addictive trap that most people find themselves in. They look and remain stuck in this pattern repeatedly, thinking, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and then try different tactics and strategies. Try business strategies. Try starting a new business, and nothing works. It's like it works for a while. They get excited, but then they revert to this pattern simply because they can't make a change. But I want you to remember something very important. This is because there is not a fundamental change happening in terms of worldview and identity. So the way to do this is to reverse this process. For most people, it starts with observing, then creating the image, and then the reflection. This is the standard cycle for puppets. But if you want to become a co-creator, a true creator of your reality, you need to reverse this cycle. I say this because I went through this for many years of my life, but when I really understood this cycle, everything changed. To break this cycle, we start with the image we would like to form. We turn away from the reflection. We turn away from looking at our current reality because we begin to realize that what surrounds us now only formed from decisions made in the past. You have to realize this, or nothing will change. If I want to shape tomorrow, I consciously choose. Today then, we start with the image, and when we choose the image, we say, hey, this is what I want, and this is what I have. The mirror has no choice but to begin reflecting that in small amounts, little by little. Even small changes will happen slowly, with a delay. So, what do we do next? Instead of just observing, we affirm. We take a look in the mirror to see that it's working, and when we see the reflection, we think, oh, this is working. Look, this happened. If you want to have more confidence, over time, you'll notice that people will start to respond to you better. If we want to improve some aspect of your work or business, you'll notice that things are getting better. Your whole world may be falling apart, but you only focus on the things you want. Confirm the things that align with the worldview and identity you've chosen to create. The idea is that you always keep doing this, and the more you keep doing it, it will transform into something beyond anything you've imagined. If you start applying these principles, your life will change completely. Folks, this is real. It's something I applied and really worked. I'm sharing this at the beginning of my spiritual journey. I thought it was nonsense, but when I saw the results, it was incredible. The things I wanted started coming to me, even beyond what I had imagined. As we delve into the depths of the mirror of reality, we discover an inner self that we often overlook. What we see around us is actually an echo of our beliefs and worldview. But the secret of transformation is that, instead of just observing reality, we must shape our destiny with the image of who we want to be and what we want to achieve. As we form this new image, the mirror of reality responds with small changes, transforming slowly. The mirror of reality knows no bounds. It only responds to what we offer it. Just like the alchemist turning lead into gold, we can transmute our lives by adopting an abundance mindset, focusing on what we have and what we want. Ultimately, our journey through the mirror of reality is a quest for truth within ourselves and a celebration of our ability to create, innovate, and transcend. May this knowledge be the flame that guides you through the journey of life, helping you create the reality of your dreams. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit from this message, and don't forget to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences.